Usually when I start a video,
Mhm.
I literally just start smiling, start smacking my lips and like getting these smiles going. And I'm like, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dropcast episode 5. I'm Claudio and I'm here with Chapter Master Lorand,
Oh,
the one, the only, the legend. Wait for it. Chapter Master Lorand. I messed that up completely. Dude, welcome to the show. Thanks for
thank
coming on
you.
the drop.
What's up? How's it going? That's good. That's a good intro. I like that. I like your rev up to it.
Dude,
Stuff.
sometimes it's hard to start a video because like my face, I have a resting bitch face, so I need to like somehow make myself a little bit happy just so I can start
Yeah.
something. Whether it be like, you know what, I've been doing this a lot, just like making weird noises and sounds, but yeah. None of y'all saw that, but it happened. So
Yeah.
welcome
Just like
to the show.
how's everybody doing?
I'm doing okay, man. It's been a busy 2 weeks. Not much has
Yeah, it has.
happened regarding model wise or hobby wise. Been focusing on more other things, other videos. But yeah, no, it's been a low key week. But there's a lot happened. I didn't do much, but a lot has happened that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So
Sweet. Yeah. Let's we can dive right into it.
all right, man. So as always, dude, what did you do before the drop?
Well, again, like you said, pretty busy week, so not too much hobby action. I finished my LT with the special bolter. So like he'll be up here around me somewhere. And then yesterday, I think you were there because you asked, and a lot of people other asked too. My stream got totally bamboozled, so I lost 20 hours of saved progress. And then so I was missing out with that, so I gave up on the stream. And then this morning, I'm like, okay, maybe I can start again because I mean, I kind of grinded when I was playing the game. So I started. This is what I was telling you this morning. I'm like, yeah, it's been a bad thing. So I started about, and I'm like, I just want to recreate what happened, just try it. I'll just start playing. So I started playing, maybe did like 10 minutes of game, got out of it, went back into just to test, gone again. And I don't know why. Like it does that thing where the game starts booting up, and it does that thing where it's like, oh, it's the first time you're loading the game.
Yeah.
So
So
it does
by the
like
way, Lorand's talking about his Middle
Oh,
Earth
sorry.
Shadow of War gameplay on Twitch that he does every Friday. Yesterday was
That's a good
Friday.
intro.
You forgot that
Yeah,
entire part. Yeah, his game
the
messed
Friday,
up.
and yeah, Shadow or Middle Earth. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
his save game
As you can
failed.
tell, as you could tell, it literally fried my brain. I just said I
Yeah,
didn't stream because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was so angry. I'm like, I don't want to go on. I was not basically this angry. I'm laughing at it like the
yeah.
Joker, but
I mean, yesterday, last night, I'm sure you were pissed, but now you're just laughing it off.
It was because it was funny because I had my mic muted and I'm just like, and then the register like, oh, new terms of usership or whatever came up, and I'm like, I click on I don't know what to do, so continue, and then it goes, and then another thing came up saying like, oh, checking on I think your purchases, and I'm like, terms of purchases came up, and again, and then I'm like, then basically my heart drops. I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. I click on start game, and there it is. Start brand new campaign with Tyrion, or where the fuck his name is. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So the problem now is I'm thinking is like I can start it again. I think it's something to do with my controller. I don't know why, because it happened, and that's when I recreated it twice already since I did all that testing. But again, it's a long game for me to dive back into it.
You've already sunk 20 hours into this new campaign, at least
and then
that I
another
know.
30 before that, which is
yeah,
it was 20. It was at 20 hours, like because I was playing, I was grinding during the week, right, to get out of the things that are boring and like, you know, whatever. I just need more skill points and all that so I can have more fun. And that was the thing that made me angry, was I was getting ready to do a war chief assassination to make him. I was going to betray him and then do the siege. Anyway, I'm basically babbling about how my failures. That's it. That's all I happened. And just life was busy, as most people is. But yeah, my streaming. I guess I made it. I guess, right. That I had a bad day.
It was bad. I was I told Melanie, I'm like, I'm gonna go watch the rest of the Lorand stream, and that's when I'm like, he's not on Twitch, and that sucks, man. Have you beat the game already? Have you beat the game?
No, I haven't.
Frick, man. I was gonna say if you beat the game, just start with the expansions. But if you haven't beat the game, then
I haven't. No.
You need to beat the game. I mean, I don't want to push you and say start again, which if you like the game, I would say do it because it's awesome. The last like thing that happens in the game, major battle, like chapter act, is awesome. It's the best part of the game. There is a point in the game where it's like it drags for a little bit. It's exciting in the beginning, and then it starts dragging, little hits here and there, and then at the very end, you're like, it's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I think I convinced myself. I think I'm gonna, anyway, I'll probably do it. I'll give it one more go for next Friday. See if I can get to the 20-hour mark again, because I think I could, if I rush it, I can do it.
Yeah, I would maybe so we're not seeing the same thing, play before and then kind of continue, like play up until where you've gotten.
That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna.
So you have a lot of gaming to do between now and Friday.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, again, just play another game next Friday if you can't get caught up, and then start Shadows of War again the following week.
Yeah, I'll have to make a backup, but that's kind of my plan. That was it. That's my big,
That's your before the drop. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to send me a photo of your LT, your finished LT.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yep.
So all y'all out there can see it. So yeah, that sucks. It's a short before the drop, but hey, let's
heart crushing.
Yeah, it happens, man. Let's see, what did I do before the drop? Well, first off, I gotta say I'm sporting a sick new shirt. Check this out. You see that? Lorand
nice. I like it.
It's a nice Space Wolf shirt. I saw it on Redbubble, and I'm like, I need to get it. I specifically searched Space Wolf shirts, and there was either this one or the Three Wolves Howling at the Moon one. That's literally all the options I got. And so I had to get this one just because I wanted something Space Wolfy. So before the drop, we are done watching Vikings. Well, we are caught up to the episode that is currently airing. There's one episode left of the show. We literally caught up to the last episode. So this weekend coming is going to be the last episode. I'm pretty pumped. Not a big fan of where the show has directed itself. I really enjoyed season 1 to 3, 1 to 5, when Ragnar Lothbrok, the main character, was the main character of the show. Mm-hmm. And then over time, he just started getting really weird in the show, and I started actually really hating him. And then like another character, my favorite character of the entire show, is not in the show anymore. And it's like, oh my God, now we got to focus on these brothers. Ragnar's, sorry, not his brothers, his sons. And I don't like what's happening. And like the show became something that was very small, like skirmish fights between tribes to continental or country. Like now, like I don't want to see countries at war with each other. It's just too grand of a scale. Whereas
it's harder. It's hard to relate to it, I guess. Right?
Yeah, it's what happened. It's the Game of Thrones issue. Is like it started small, and then more characters started getting introduced, and it's like now it's all over the place. Now they can, like at the beginning of the show, it took them an episode, maybe couple, to literally travel by boat from here to there, just like in Game of Thrones. And now it's like next scene, they're from where they left to the destination, when it would normally take weeks to get there. Yeah, like there's a lot of fast travel in the show now. Anyway, we're caught up. It's still a good show. I'm still gonna watch the last episode.
It's basically a show from the sounds of it, just pattering out, right? It's hard to keep that plateau going, right?
So. It is when contracts end, right? When actor contracts end, like what are you supposed to do? Like they killed off characters just for the sake of contracts. I hate it, but that's the way.
Yeah, that was the thing, that one of the guys from that show, remember I almost spoiled something for you, one of our podcasts, and I said Raised by Wolves.
Yeah.
One of the characters went to that show. So they left Vikings and went to that show. So I think that's why he got killed.
Oh, okay.
I think. I might be wrong, but yeah.
So last night I was on Netflix and I was like, okay. So I heard of this other show called The Last Kingdom, and it's literally about more Vikings. The main character also named Ragnar.
I think it's another story of it. Yeah.
And I did a little research in yesterday. I couldn't find any similarities between the Viking show versus the Last Kingdom, but it's very similar. Like
Well,
from what I've read,
isn't one historical? The other one's kind of like a twist on the historical thing. I don't know.
so I also did a little dive into like the historical aspects of the Viking show. And yeah, from what I read on Google, because the internet knows, the shit that happens in Vikings is that like Ragnar Lothbrok or I can't remember his Lodbrok or Lotbrok. One like he's an actual character. His son Bjorn was a real Viking. Characters there was Ivar the Boneless was a real character. So that was cool to see. I don't know the truth behind the Last Kingdom, but I'm probably gonna end up watching the Last Kingdom, at least the first season. See how it is. They still have those Viking haircuts, which I started to just fall in love with. Anyway, that's Vikings. Next up, what else I do? I played a lot of Rust, the Afterworld. I was telling you about Rust, the Afterworld. And I ended up, I finished shooting my first video finally, literally an hour before this podcast started. Been shooting all week, this damn video. It's taken a long time, but hey, we got there. Got to shoot the intro after this podcast, but it's a good game. You know what? I was telling you the other day how much I was still on the fence about it, but you know what? In the end, I do enjoy it. I honestly cannot wait to play it with you. I think you'll actually dig it. For the most part. What else did I do?
Cool.
What else did I do? I built Underworlds. Warhammer Underworlds, the Hex board game that we were talking about last podcast. I ended up building all my war bands. Now I have 4 war bands sitting on my shelf, ready to be painted whenever that is. I'll probably end up painting them sooner than more Space Wolves, to be honest, because like I really like these models, at least the Chaos ones.
And they can be nice little focus projects, right? Because it's not like you have to build.
I'm not building an army.
Yeah, of the sea of things.
Yeah,
sea of models. Sorry.
And you know what? It's been a while since I've had models on display, and I think those will look nice, like on a leveled surface on display in a glass shelf. Because you know that you got to, if you collect Warhammer, you got to have a glass shelf, right, Lorand? You don't, but right? You don't have a glass shelf, right? No. Okay. And then what else did I do? Hobby wise. So I didn't actually paint any Warhammer, but I did, like I said, built those models. I also glued together some white foam. We ended up getting, Melanie ended up getting a nice computer desk, and in the box it was wrapped in foam. So I'm like, hey, can I have that? And she said, yeah. So I got huge chunks of foam that I had to glue together, and there's awesome corner pieces. And I'm going to take my foam knife. I'm going to start going to town on it, and I'm going to paint it up. Dude, we're going to have some sick terrain next time we fight. It's going to look good. It might not be, I don't know the next time we're going to have a game, but we're going to have some good, decent terrain that
if the world ever gets back to normal.
Yeah. And you know what? And I made sure that our Redemptors can fit behind it, and they're more than some of the terrain that I got now. They're more than high enough. Now I have terrain that I actually really like and that we can use in a competitive setting. No more using mushroom containers and pieces of wood debris for terrain. Now we're going to have terrain soon. Last thing I want to talk about for my before the drop is this bad boy. It was a Kickstarter a long time ago, and here it is. Overboss. So it's a boss monster adventure game.
Okay.
It's a game based off the boss monster universe, and it works on a tile system. It's not like a card game like Boss Monster. Same characters, all the same characters are in it, but it works on a tile base. So each player has like their massive tile or their massive board, and each player takes turns taking tiles from the market, and they're all randomly generated, and you place these tiles in your board game space, and at the end of the game, whoever scores the most amount of points wins, and you score points based on patterns that you end up building.
Okay.
And you apply monsters to these tiles, these dungeons,
and points, right?
There's a lot of card synergies, like tile synergies. So
yeah, it sounds like Suburbia. Isn't the game? It's like a civilized. It's the same idea where you have like hexagon tiles and then you put them together, and then the combinations you build, you get points.
Yep.
Right? Is it similar to that?
Okay. Yeah, basically. You know what? Maybe if I just open up the box real quick here, is there any? Let's see if there's anything that here. I'll just pull out the tile that each player has. So each player gets one of these tiles here, and you place the smaller tiles in these quadrants, and you can move the tiles as the game goes on, and you just score points based on what you put in there. So, and then there's like the
that's your playing mat.
Yeah, it's your playing mat, your main playing space. So it's cool. We actually haven't played it yet. I took all the tiles off the sprues because I couldn't wait. So I can't wait to give this a shot. I do love the Boss Monster universe. I ended up buying every expansion pack for Boss Monster. I have every card, every token that Boss Monster has released. Or
you really did like it. Was I the one that showed you that? No, you showed me that.
No, you showed me, but I can't remember how we. I'm pretty sure. I want to say you showed it to me.
I fell off of it, and you loved it.
And I think I loved it. Do you have Boss Monster? Is that why?
I thought I got Boss Monster because I was I know I have Boss Monster, but I don't know. I don't remember it's one of those games that I showed you, or you showed me.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember. I remember us playing a few times or a bunch of times, and then this is like back in 2016, 2017.
Yeah,
and then
it's a pretty old game.
It is an old game, yeah. And then I would play with my coworkers, like on our lunch breaks for 2-3 years. We played on our lunch breaks. I think everyone knew that it was our Boss Monster time. So and we would have like multiplayer games, 3-player games anyway. And then I got my buddy Adam into it, and he ended up buying Boss Monster Part 1 and 2 expansions. I ended up actually getting, so with this Kickstarter, I ended up adding on other expansion packs for Boss Monster. And I had now I have duplicates of it because I thought I didn't have these. Now I do. And I ended up telling Adam that, hey, you can have these expansions, because Adam loves the game. We play it. Yeah. It's our go-to camping game is Boss Monster. And we play it all the time when we camp, and the stakes are high and like tension is very high whenever we play Boss Monster. We're super competitive with it. So anyway, I got Overboss, and I'm very pumped to finally play it whenever the hell that is. I've had it sitting here for a week, and it's just been taunting me, but I have to get my Rust the Afterworld videos out before I could start indulging in this. I read the rules for Dire Chasm, and I'm like, man, I should be focusing on Rust, but no, I had to read the rule book for Dire Chasm. And dude, I'm going back and forth, but Dire Chasm seems like a really fun game. I'm really pumped to play Dire.
Like I said, it's really good, especially when it's one of those games where like there are the whoa moments, right? Because especially when the opponent pulls some crazy tricks on you or crazy plays. So it's a good game. I mean,
I haven't played against myself yet or like play tested it. Dire Chasm yet, because you can play and then you can test play, right? I'm gonna just give it a test play, see what kind of cards can do, because obviously we can't play against each other.
They have, I know the starter sets used to always come with a pre-built deck.
Yeah,
when you open it, just use those. Yeah, it's usually like a good starter. It's not
that's what I'm doing. But, even the expansions, the Gragar's Ravagers and the Witch Elves, they even got like their standard deck, and then they had a little deck included that was like extra cards.
Okay, I don't because that's new then, because I know that the starter set came with. I know the starter sets came with it was actually called like, this is your decks. Pre-built decks, and then this is your additional cards for the whole set. I don't remember that happen. I don't. No. That's what I'm saying though, right? That's what I'm saying is the pre-decks were actually like they were built for pre-playing. So that means, but they had both universal and thing cards, and then in the extra pack, it came with race cards and neutral cards.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know. So, but I'm pretty sure that the warband packs are not like that.
the Gragars, Ravagers, whatever, they had some extra cards in there. Yeah, they have like the pre-built deck, and then the smaller blister, maybe like I can't remember how many cards were in there, but it had some extra cards. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna be playing with them for sure. I can't wait. Chaos Warriors, man. Anyway, let's.
I saw somebody painted them up and looked really nice.
Oh yeah.
I saw one of my other game group. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Dude, they just look. I'm looking at them right now, and they're just like waiting.
Yeah.
The
paint
girl,
them up.
She's just like waving her mace at me, waiting for me to go over there and paint her up. Yeah, can't wait. But you know what? Let's move on to our main topics of the podcast. And the first main topic we're going to talk about today is well, there was an amazing trailer for Mortal Kombat the movie that dropped last week. Holy hell! I am
good. That's good. Very good.
So excited for this movie, man. And I'm going to reiterate it because it releases on my birthday. My favorite video game franchise has a movie coming out on my birthday. So I have plenty of free movie passes for this film, and we're going to go watch the movie in theater, and we're going to watch it here.
I presume so.
If we can go watch it in theater, if we're okay to, then great. If not, we're going to watch it here, and I'm going to watch it here over and over and over again because that trailer looked awesome. I don't care how bad the movie may be.
The trailer was really good, yeah.
I mean, I liked Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and that was a dumpster fire of a film. But I love it because it's still Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. So, so the trailer was wicked. We got to see all our favorite characters. Lorand, do you have a favorite part of that trailer?
To be honest with you, all of it. I really liked it. I mean, so like the best part, I think Sub-Zero looks awesome. Like every part he's in it, I really like the way they made him like menacing and power. He looks powerful too. So basically, the ninjas are awesome, and so same with Scorpion. Like and they have some really good stunt guys, right? I don't want to butcher their names because I don't know them or like exactly where they are, but I know like a couple of them are from like awesome martial arts movies that I really liked. So I'm excited. It looks promising because that's the big problem, right? Is when for me at least is when you have these movies and you're like, oh, but it's all actors that don't know how to fight, and then you have these fights that are like over edited, right? But this looks like it's not going to be that.
Yeah.
And there's finishers, right? Which is, and it's rated R and it's finishers.
You get the X-rays.
I mean, to me, yeah. I mean, to me, to be honest with you, it looks like it's the quality of and the passion is there, at least from what we saw from the trailer, as much as what are they called, the Mortal Kombat Legend series.
Yes.
Legends.
Yeah. And was it Legends? Yeah, I think it was Legends.
Legends, right? Because season 1 and season 2, right? Which pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, and if it's even close to that much, it's awesome. If it's close to that, even it's gonna be great. Yeah, I mean, fuck. The ending of the trailer was stupid Kano, and I hate Kano, right? Like you and I, that's how we bought him Mortal Kombat is Kano, how lame he is in the original movie.
Yeah.
And even in this one, I'm like, man, the ending of it was like, oh, you're fucking beautiful, or whatever he says. I'm like,
yeah,
awesome,
fucking beauty.
Right? Yeah, fucking beauty.
You know what? I know there's a lot of Kano fans out there, but I've never been a Kano fan.
Well, we're gonna be one now.
I should mess up all my.
But honestly, in like my last point, I want to say, like you asked, like I just think it's one of those movies. It's exactly the type of movie I want. It switched my brain off. It looks like it's a lot of fun. It's stupid. It's not serious. You can't take it seriously because you can do like how and I think that's perfect. The
a guy that shoots lasers out of his eyes,
and laughing. And, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. So like I said, I think if it's the passion and love is in it as much as Legends. And if it's even like close to entertaining as that anime me and you watched, Mortal Kombat, Scorpion's Revenge or whatever, I'm fine.
That was awesome.
It could literally be a dumpster fire at that point. It's fine.
Yeah. You know what? Like my hopes are high. My confidence in the CG, I know it's a few months out, but my confidence in the CG is off. Not there. Kano's laser looks really bad. Liu Kang's fireball looks really bad. When he transforms into the dragon, that was okay. The fire dragon.
Oh, I mean, I don't think he transforms. It's just the fire dragon.
Yeah, he doesn't actually transform. He just
he summons it, right?
Which is sick. And then Goro did not. Cool. it was good. It was video game good though. It wasn't live
It's
action CG. It was
yeah.
definitely
Honestly,
video
but
game CG.
yeah, I mean that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, that's always the problem with CG, right? It's that whole weird. If you don't put enough money into it, you
Yeah.
could tell. But
Yo, give me
I
that
don't know.
puppet suit.
Yeah, but then you couldn't have him do that cool thing where he's like leaping into the air on top of the guy, right? Like that looks.
Yeah, but
menacing.
we didn't need that in the original. We didn't need him shooting fireball. He was menacing enough. It was a big ass man with four arms.
I guess
that's
so.
That's
but,
more
okay,
than enough.
But okay, watch it again. Goro is
Yeah.
not. He like compared like especially if you're gonna have like fully actual martial arts dudes doing crazy things, and Goro's just gonna. Again, this is my personal. Like,
Oh, he just takes.
You know what? You might be
yeah.
right. Maybe that part right there is like the only good part, and after that, it's just. It's just
Yeah.
shaking your heads, going, "What are you doing?" But anyway,
Yeah.
I want to keep it positive, I guess. And for me, I'm looking forward to it. You're the Mortal Kombat fan. I think we had this story before. I'm a Street Fighter fan, but Street Fighter's a joke. Like, come on. Like, I don't know if any of
Yeah.
the plots are even.
I don't think the plot in Street Fighter or Tekken are good.
They just want to communicate with their fist. They just want to communicate with their fist. That's all I learned from. Yeah, that's literally it. In the game, one of the games, Sagat keeps talking about he just wants to communicate with his fist. I'm like, that's some communication skills there you got. Buddy.
Yo, man,
Anyway.
that Street Fighter series that came out a few years ago, 5 years ago now at least, was awesome. Where's just Ryu, Ken, and Master Goken at the dojo just training? Remember that? Street Fighter something?
I don't
what?
Know that at all.
Dude, it was a mini series. It was like an
I
eight episodes.
I did not. I am not a Street Fighter fan.
The last scene, the last thing that you see in the, I don't want to say it. Do you want to know what it is?
Is it Akuma? Is Akuma showing up to beat
Yes.
Goken?
Yeah,
well,
it's literally the you see behind his back, and it's the it's the Akuma symbol. Yeah, the shing. Yeah, that doesn't happen. The shing doesn't happen, but I think it's the back of Akuma. I can't remember if they fight or if it's just him. I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was open-ended to a sequel, but they didn't get a sequel. Dude, it was awesome. It was literally just Ken and Ryu, the entire series, training and fighting. The martial arts is really good. We watched it together,
I
dude.
know you're talking about the live action when you're talking about.
Yeah, the live action one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting all this sunlight. It's bad. It's got this curtain here. I got a window here, and it's really annoying. But sorry. Yeah, no, it was a really, really good show, man. I
did see it now. Sorry, I was thinking of an animated version of something. That's why.
Yeah, no, it wasn't animated. Well, all Street Fighter animated is good too, and nothing real live action except that show of Street Fighter is good. So, yeah. So that was the Mortal Kombat trailer. It was awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, we got dude. I don't know if you noticed. Did you see Reptile? You noticed Reptile was in there?
Well, you're mentioning the one you see his legs kind of like coming in and out on the rafter.
Yeah. And I think we see Noob Saibot or smoke, because there's a shot of Sub-Zero coming out of black smoke. Right? And if you didn't know who Noob Saibot is the first Sub-Zero from the first Mortal Kombat game.
Oh, so you think they're doing like a little like nod?
I think, I think sometime in the movie, Sub-Zero is going to die, and we're going to see Noob walking out of it.
Spoilers, man. Spoilers.
It's not spoiler, man. It happened in the trailer. If it's in the trailer, it ain't spoilers. I'm speculating. Fan theories. So I think we're going to get, Noob. I mean, there is a time jump between Scorpion from when he was Hanzo Hasashi to then he turns into Scorpion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So... Yeah. We still don't know who the hell Cole is, but whatever. We'll find out. I'm cool with Cole.
I don't know. What did you say? He looks like he's Scorpion's son because he's got yellow.
He's Asian descent. He has the yellow gloves, which doesn't mean anything, but perhaps
it's a fighting movie. It means everything.
But yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. But perhaps like he is a descendant of he's either a descendant of Kung Lao, which is another direction, or descendant of maybe Scorpion, because there's a weird there's going to be a weird time jump between Hanzo Hasashi and Scorpion, and who the hell is this guy with the yellow gloves? Unless that's his,
you know what? I hope he's a red herring and he shows up and we just talk, and the audience spends hours talking about him.
Yeah.
And the opening scene where he's like, "Oh, you've chosen," and he just gets punched right through the chest, and that's it. He's just done. Never see of Cole again.
I hope not.
I don't know. He's going to be a part of the movie. So,
do you remember the character Cobra from Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he
Oh
used
God,
nunchucks.
that's old.
It's
I
old, yeah.
know. That's
Anyway, he wore like a black gi, long blonde hair. He looked like a black gied Ken with nunchucks. And my cousin Luca loved him. He was really good with Cobra. I always hated it when he was Cobra. Really good. Such a weird anonymous character. Yeah, he's part of the Black Dragon clan, but like he's such a weird random just a normal dude, and I hope Cole's just not one of these weirdos. We might see Cole in Mortal Kombat 11. He might be a special character coming.
Well, I mean,
we might see
the combat children, right? With what is it, Casey and what are the two of them?
The combat children. Who are the combat?
Oh,
children?
that's what they nicknamed them. The daughters of
Katana and Melina.
No, not Katana and Melina. The daughters of Johnny Cage and Sonya.
Oh yeah, Cassie.
Cassie, and then there's like that's what I mean by the combat children, right? Like they're supposed to be. Yeah. I don't know. So I heard someone not see. You're not even a Mortal Kombat fan either, man.
Well, you say combat children. How the hell?
Children.
I don't know who the combat children are, but yeah.
I'm just being a dude.
Jackie. What are their names, Lorand? Jackie Briggs.
I don't know. Casey and it's Ronda Rousey
it's
and
Cassie. Cassie Cage. They're probably not in the movie, but well, who knows? Well, Johnny Cage isn't in the trailer. Yo, if Johnny Cage isn't in this movie, I'm gonna be pissed. He has to be in the movie,
especially after in the game Mortal Kombat 11, the single player. He's probably the most funny and interesting. They actually took a character, and it was kind of like the whole time watching it, I'm like, this is so weird how it's a video game and it's actually doing very in-depth character like development and interesting thoughts. So, like your older self talking to your young douchebag self, going. Yeah. Dude, like, what is wrong with you, right? And
he's
his
definitely
redemption
the comic
slowly.
relief.
He is, but it was interesting, right? Like, it was that whole idea of like, how one matures and they look back at themselves, going, "Fuck, like, what the hell was I thinking?" Right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of funny moments where he's like hitting on, So I think he's actually hitting on her daughter, right? Wasn't he?
I think
he doesn't know who she is. She's like, who are you?
First, I think maybe he was hitting on young Sonya.
Yes,
old Johnny.
Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%
young Sonya.
Young Sonya. Yeah, and that was funny too. And he's just like,
"You married this guy?"
Yeah, and then she finds that out. I mean, it's funny, right? It's like interesting because then even that whole thing where doesn't like older Johnny Cage like bitch slap him or something, like, dude, like, what's your problem? I know they fight. They do fight. Yeah. So.
Oh, I love the shot where he gets shot in the face. Young Johnny gets shot in the face. And then the scar appears on old cool. Johnny. Oh yeah, it's sick.
That was actually really cool. Yeah, there's some cool times. That's also a really good video game. I mean, a video game story.
Hopefully, it's the best video game movie out there. But Sonic, you know what? I'll give it to Sonic. I loved Sonic the Hedgehog. Freaking loved it. Loved it. That's another topic for another day. I do love it. And Detective Pikachu. Awesome. You know what? Let's get on to our main topic number 2, and that is the Total War Warhammer 3 trailer. Did you watch that trailer, Lorand?
Oh yeah, that's really good. I'm actually been looking forward to that. So
yeah, we didn't get much in the trailer, in the announcement trailer. I don't even know who the main faction is, if it's like the Empire or who.
I mean, these games work is one sec, sorry. Better? Come on.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Can you hear me, right?
I can hear you. I can't. You're not. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go.
So the big thing about the thing about these games all stack up on top of each other. So what that means is basically if you own 1 and 2, all the races from those ones will come into the third game. I'm presuming they're going to continue this tradition. So we'll see that anyway. But so the ones that have been, so there's no Empire. The ones that have been like solidified even in the trailer was Kislev, which you see in the trailer with the Ice Queen. That's kind of She's like cool. the kind of a Slavic or Eastern European kind of feel, right? So it's all about like it's all winter. It's winter themed.
They got the hats.
It's all about nomadic people. Bear cavalry. Yeah, a lot of cavalry. They're neat. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I think they're like. And Bear Cav is really cool.
Oh, so sick.
And Ice Magic is going to be cool. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. And then, of course, there's the 4 Chaos Gods. So there's going to be Nurgle, Tzeentch, Khorne, Slaanesh. At least from the trailer, that's what we see. The ones that are not in the trailer, but I've heard. And I think those are going to be the demons. They're going to be focused more on the demon side. I mean, I speculate with people. It's going to be interesting what they do because they have a mortal army already. So if that's going to get dragged over from the first game into the next game, I don't know if they're going to expand into that army because army's kind of lame. And it's Archaon's army, and Archaon's supposed to be the kind of the overall everybody, all the 4 gods support him. So it'll be interesting to see what you do with the mortal army.
Well, he is the 4 gods.
Well, that is, but he's the ever chosen. He is the chosen of all.
He represents all
the
of
gods,
them.
right?
Yeah,
all 4 of them.
Dude, I want to say that fight with the Bloodletters, yo. I love Bloodletters, and the fight between the Bloodletters and the Bloodthirster. Damn, yo, that was a sick Bloodthirster.
Really cool. Right. I guess as a Bloodthirster. Usually Bloodthirsters are so. I always. They are. You're right, because he's got the axe and the whip. So I think he has Bloodthirster. And then what was I going to say? Yeah, and then there's Cathay, I think it's called. I'm pronouncing it right. That's gonna be more of the Orient based humans, right? So it's gonna be more about like I think they have a lot of the only rumor I know, because again, that's kind of like it was one of those rumored, they talk about them, but they never actually made armies of them or models, as far as I'm aware. Even when I was working at GW, there was no armies. I think there's like maybe a little entry somewhere in one of the Empire books about the other human civilizations. I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And then the rumor, and then the special race is going to be Chaos Dwarves, which I think have been confirmed, right? So, and that's going to be an army that's going to come out before. So if you pre-order, you can probably play in the first game. That's like doing that kind of stuff. Oh, sorry, not the first game. You can play it in this Warhammer 2. Like if you own it, you can play it. If you pre-order the third one, I might be wrong on that. I'll be honest with you. I actually, after the trailer, I want to be super hyped about it. So I didn't really follow that much. Just read a couple of rumor engines. Yeah. And then the last one I'm really excited about is Ogres. Because Ogres is going to be an all monster army, I think, mostly. That's their main focus. And the game system is very interesting. So how they're going to function and that whole cannibalistic kind of game mechanic, I'm interested to see how they, what will come from that.
Have Ogres been in Total War before?
No, I have not. I mean, you have like monsters and like, but the idea of having an all, because the thing about the game is there's a lot about managing your empire, right? And there are very specific strengths and weaknesses to infantry, cavalry, and monsters, right? Bretonnians have a big issue because they're kind of that weird army where they have infantry, they're really bad, but their cavalry is really good. They have a lot of cavalry. The problem with it is, for example, sieges, cavalry is not that good at taking walls, right? No. So you have these weird things in the game where I like to see how they address it. Like, for example, an all ogre army, how are you going to take a wall? Like monsters, creatures don't climb onto walls, right? So
they break doors down. Army,
but even then, right? Then you run into anyways, I don't want to get into the mechanics of the game too much because again, if people don't play it, they don't really know.
I promise I will play it eventually. I will play it before part 3 comes
I mean, even if you just try it, right? I mean, it's, like I said, it's one of those games, even if you try. Anyway, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see where the game goes, what they change. The game it's one of the games that I think it's Creative Assembly that does it, right? The Total War franchises. This is their most successful franchise. And I think we've mentioned this before. And apparently there's a lot of love. Like the people that work on it really like the game because there's stuff coming out where if you actually zoom in for the different avatars fighting, there's a lot of complex animations. People are saying, oh yeah, most of that was done actually by people like on their own time, just contributing to the game because they love the game so much. And there's so much room to be creative in it. So I also might just be making that up to make everybody a warm and fuzzy feeling, but
you jerk, Lorand. Well, that's cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. I just want to play as Wood Elves, yo. Give me some Chaos Warriors and Wood Elves, and I'm happy camper.
That's
all I need. Do you want to say anything else about Warhammer Total War?
No, I mean, I'm just excited for it. I mean, it's one of those things where it's great if you love it. You're gonna. I think people are excited about it, that people that play the game, like all my friends, and everything. So that's about it. I mean, it's one of those where I'm purposely staying off all the rumors and everything. So I just want to. I'm like, you know what? It seems to come out. I'm gonna buy it. There's no question about it. So
no point investing your time now when you know you're gonna do it later.
Yeah, and you do that thing where you overhype yourself, and then the game comes out, it's not what you expected
Womp womp.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And this game, I think, is one of those where I just want to see what it is, and then I'll get excited when it's because I'm excited for it. Even if they just give me more of what Warhammer 2 was, I'll be satisfied.
Right.
I think most people would be too.
Yeah. Just better graphics, better cinematics, better graphics. It's all we really want.
It's not even, well, no, that's the thing. It's not. It's more just more of that game. Like that game, when you play it, you understand. It's just this game that takes up all your time. So we'll see.
So what you're saying is don't get into it, dude. I have a very bad video game addiction. Okay, when I start playing a game, it has to be done, but before I can do anything.
Then you might as well quit everything and just kind of move into like a one-room apartment.
That's the issue with me, man.
Every single person that plays this game on my friends list for Steam, there you can tell they always put in at least a bunch of hours every year. Like it'll be literally like a person will come up and be like, "Oh, playing this game." Then I won't see that person playing that game for a long time.
Yeah,
and it'll pop up again. Like even myself, I usually every 6 months I will start a campaign and get to a certain point, and then I'll stop and I'll come back to it later.
Yeah,
it's like a really relaxing game. Warhammer, right? It's my it's my comfort zone, right? It reminds me of just the good old days of Warhammer, right? So
yeah, fantasy battles. It'll come back. It's coming back. We know it's coming back.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, let's move on to topic number 3. Yes, we're trying to get through more topics in our podcast these days. Topic number 3 is the announcement of Diablo 4 and the Rogue trailer.
Because you're a big Diablo fan, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I was more excited for the Rogue trailer. Now, I'm gonna rewind for a sec. The Rogue in Diablo 1 is responsible. I'm blaming her. She is responsible for my love of all wood elves and archery. If it wasn't for her, if I didn't like every time I played that game, I maybe played 2 or 3 campaigns of the warrior and a dozen or more times with the rogue. I love the rogue. She didn't really do much back then.
You really like it, eh?
I love the rogue, and you can see what the rogue can do in the rogue trailer. And I'm like, it's not the rogue I remember, but it's a rogue I'm totally amped to get into, because like all those abilities she's able to do is insane, and how she could like go into the nightmare world or the shadow realm. You hear about that? Oh, I love the shadow realm thing.
So, really? No, I didn't hear about that at all.
So the rogue can, she's fighting all the monsters, and then she can activate like a shadow realm ability, and then everything around her gets dark and black. So you'll notice in the trailer everything is grayed out.
It's like an invulnerable mode, kind of, right?
And only a select amount of monsters that are within her radius get brought into this realm, into this dark world, and it gives her time to kill everyone in the shadow dark world, and then I guess there's a cooldown where it just goes away. And so a lot of cool mechanics there. Love her abilities, and I'm just really pumped to play the rogue again. I was pissed she wasn't in Diablo 2.
Well, they had the Amazon.
3.
Yeah, the Amazon. Well, and I mean, they're just different. It's not the rogue. Yeah, that's the thing. Because don't forget, all those are just different. Well, but I mean, it's and then later on they gave the Demon Hunter, and the Demon Hunter's not really. It was like a rogue, something. And
the Demon Hunter is who I play. I played a little bit of the Demon Hunter. I played the Barbarian in Diablo 3, but the Demon Hunter I played a little bit. But the Demon Hunter isn't the rogue. It's not the rogue.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. No.
And so I didn't finish playing with the Demon Hunter. I bailed.
Sorry. So what was the rogues in? Because I don't remember that in the first rogue game. Sorry, in the first Diablo game. What did the rogue do? It was an archer based. I remember that.
She was just an archer that had an insane what's dexterity? Insane dexterity. She didn't really do. I mean, no one in Diablo really. There wasn't really special abilities. It was just swinging and swinging. Yes, I want a dedicated archer, and it looks like the new rogue is a dedicated archer with combat blades. I'm into that. It's a Legolas in Diablo.
because the reason I'm bringing is they're just like these characters are just different degrees of different archetypes, right? Like, because the thing is, don't forget what you described is the Amazon was exactly that. Right, because the Amazon, but I guess the Amazon also wasn't really more rogue. Didn't have any like stealthy assassin skills. Because the thing, you want the rogue that's more.
I want the hooded the hooded assassin.
Yeah.
Rogue, and we get
more
it.
Of the
dexterity
assassin / thief / archer kit class.
Yeah, we get it. I love the customization, dude. Oh my god, I'm so pumped for the.
So you saw way more than I did.
Oh, dude, I watched all BlizzCon, everything that was Diablo 4 related, like hours of Diablo 4 content I watched, because I need to know everything about the rogue. I needed to. She's awesome. I can't wait to play with her. I'm buying the game just for her. Oh, dude, hold on. The Diablo 2 remastered. Resurrected, Diablo 2 Resurrected, dude. We're buying.
I am not.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday from me.
Because
dude, it looks insane.
It's 60 hours of the same game we beat 19 times.
But it looks.
I beat it so many times. I guess,
dude. The graphics look sick.
Look, man. And we have this. I know. I know I'm a downer right now, but I cannot get excited about shit because you know what this is. Hey guys. We couldn't get you Diablo 4. We fucked up last year with Diablo Mobile by spitting in all your faces, which I guess it's not a big deal, but it's still like kind of like what?
Tainted you.
And then now they're like, eh. And also, you know what? Sorry. Also, the main reason I don't care is because Blizzard, Warcraft 3 was one of my favorite games ever. Warcraft 3 Reforged was so not really disappointing, just so freaking. I didn't explode. Like,
was it the same thing? Like a remake of Warcraft 3?
Yeah, it was a remake.
Oh.
They said all these things you're gonna do, and it literally, I was very disappointed for what I paid for what I got. Even though it wasn't like a full game, but still a $40 game. It was very like, you guys could just up-res this game, stop babbling about all things you're gonna do, and it was the same game. Like, that's how it felt for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the point is, it's one of those where I'm not excited about it because I'm more excited about 4, right? Like I want something new to play 2 again. But that being said, I am the bitter old man, and even bitter old people older than me, because I remember being in net cafes when the game was already 10 years old. And these people that were like in their 40s just grinding. And I'm like, and they were there like every night in net cafes. It was insane. It was like full. And I remember that in the game. And I'm like, I remember talking to the guy once. He's just like, yeah, it's just, I love this game. And he loved it. And he's been playing. And this was after like the game was already out for 10 years. So,
yeah.
And I think
that's when I first started playing
people were still playing Diablo 2. So
that's when I started playing it.
Oh wow! So there you go.
I remember specifically where I had my computer positioned in my apartment at the time, playing Diablo 2 for the first time 10 years later, and I tell you, dude, I'm playing Diablo 2. It's the best game ever, and you're like, yeah, welcome to the past or something. You're like, you're 10 years too late. I'm pretty sure you said, yeah. Yeah, it was I have fond memories
of your face. Is that a bit gross?
Yeah. You know, I only played it once. That was literally the only time I played Diablo 2. Was that one time. So maybe that's why I'm pumped.
Then yeah, I mean, I'm sure
maybe that's why I'm pumped.
Well, then that was the thing. Because don't forget though, right? By the time that game came out, I played it in net cafes. I owned it. Yeah. My sister got into it so bad. She actually had a way more powerful, like I never even got that far as much. She got like a level 80 character, something crazy. I also, those kind of games, I burn out on them, right? I lose my focus because I'm ADD or whatever. So, but yeah, anyways, I'm pumped. I'm sorry. I'm pumped for 4. I'm actually really intrigued by it. I like the open world concept.
Oh,
it looks like from what I saw, it looks like the powers are more active based.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cooldown based, yeah.
I'm interested to see
the levels, right? There's it's now works on a vertical plane. Now you could climb ladders and
really it's not just
it looks a little bit has that what's that game that's like Diablo? The cute game, the animated game that's exactly like Diablo. Oh my god.
I know you got to talk about 1 second.
There's part 2. Part 2 came out not too long ago.
Part 3. Oh, part 2 only?
Is it part 2? Oh my god. I love that game with the animal. You got your little pet?
Yeah, fuck, I can't think of it.
God.
Part 3, part 3 just came out.
Yes, yeah.
Why can't I remember it?
Torchlight.
Torchlight. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
That took
rough.
a while.
So yeah, there's different levels in Diablo 4 where you could climb ladders and like you jump over the cliffs and stuff like that. You see it in the trailer. So that was cool. I don't remember that ever being in Diablo. So that's new. I do want to add in with the Diablo 2 Resurrected, my favorite part about it is you can actually transition the graphics from Diablo remastered or resurrected, and then with the touch of a button, bring it back to the old Diablo 2. They're just literally reskinning the entire game. So it is exactly the same game, new skin.
They're not changing anything?
As far as I know,
they'll usually fix, because I know, for example, Reforged, I mean, as much as all the other stuff they promised they didn't do, but I know that they added like they did some tweaks and fixes for the original code. But yeah, maybe they're not going to. I don't know, it's interesting. Yeah, because it's kind of, it sounds like it's a treatment they did a long time ago for the Master Chief Collection, right? Where you can be playing Halo 1, hit a button, and it in real time switch back from original graphics to new gen graphics, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I love it when games do that. There was another game that I can't remember what is it. It's not a Castlevania game. It was another. It was like a Castlevania, Metroidvania style game that I just not recently, like maybe 2 years ago played, and you can go back and forth. Was it Monster Boy? I think it was Monster Boy. Yeah, Monster Boy.
I don't even know that game.
Monster Boy was an original game on the Sega. They remastered it, and you can go from like modern graphics and beautiful looking graphics, or you could just swap to the old one. And like, I would never play on the old graphics ever. I tried just for nostalgic feels, but I'm like, I haven't played this game when I was that young, so screw it, I'm not playing it. But
it is interesting how Mario, the first Mario, is still the only one that I plop it in and it just feels perfect. Like the graphics and does not bother me. Like the responsiveness, it's just like yep, this is what. Like, I'll be honest, it's one of those games where I don't think the game would feel well if they upgraded the graphics.
Yeah, I mean they did, right? In Mario All-Star, right? That's an old game. And you're right. Like the graphics as like much cleaner they look much cleaner in All-Star, and they've been upgrading and remastering All-Stars. They've been making it better. So Mario has had the remake treatment numerous times, but you're right, the original Mario still looks really so good because
it feels good. That's what I mean. Like it feels good. Yeah,
you feel. You know what? Might sound weird to non-gamers, but you feel every pixel, and you know every pixel that Mario has in his sprite is important. Whereas when you get to the 3D Mario All-Star games, like you don't feel like his foot is as important as it was in the original. Like, you know, you have 1 or 2 pixels of his foot left standing on this platform, whereas with the All-Star,
it's a lot. Yeah,
you don't feel that, like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
you're purist, man. You're purist.
Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, or I'm a purist. But I totally agree that game is like a masterpiece to me. Despite the graphics these days, I still love it, and I still could beat it in 5.5 minutes. Dude, I got to work on that record. I remember. Sorry, we're going off on a side tangent. I remember when back in the band days, when I was in a band for a couple years, we were playing at like barcades, and they had Super Mario, or they had Nintendo consoles set up there. And so I would play Super Mario and just beat it real quick. And people were like, how the fuck are you able to do this so fast? And I would beat so when you beat Mario once, you get to play it again, but on like harder mode. And there's no Koopas. They turn into those hard shell beetles.
Yeah, everything. Game plus mode.
Yeah, like
pretty much.
Game Plus.
And I think it's one of the first Game Plus modes too.
I didn't think about that. Maybe it is one of the first.
I'm sure it's one of the earlier ones, because I keep forgetting that you beat the game. 84 came out? Mario 1?
Yeah, Super Mario.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. It's old.
We're old, man. I was only 1 when that came out. That makes me even... Wow, that's an old game. That's a very old game.
Ninja Turtles and Super Mario. Same year. I wish I was born in that year. I wasn't. Sucks. But hey, Top Gun came out in the year I was born. So hey, that's cool. What's that?
I was gonna say, well, it's not even about, it's actually better to be born a little bit afterwards, because you were able to actually, yes, not, because when we first got in that age, we couldn't go back into history as easily, right? Yeah. Now it's so easy, because you're like, anyway, now we're really going off on a tangent. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Technology's great.
Yeah, technology's great. Diablo 2 is great. Can't wait for Diablo 4.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's a good idea. It's a good. It looks good. And then, sorry, back to the trailer, because we went off a tangent. That trailer was really cool. Another Bravo. As much as this and that with Blizzard again, very well done. It was a very like, even just the way she's talking and like doing the little poem talking, it looks really good. It was a very mature, fun trailer. So I don't know, maybe I'm over exaggerating it, but it was nice.
It was a dark trailer where she like slides in the ear.
Yes,
I call it job well done.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say too. Is that they kept it very mature because it looks grim. Like even her, like she looks, she's beautiful, right? And then she turns and as she's about to put her head on, and her ear's been cut off.
Oh yeah, she has like a scar across her face. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this world is fucked up. Like
I forgot she got
no
her
one
ear
escapes
cut
this
off.
world's scars. It's just cool. It's cool. It's a good little touch.
Yeah, I love it. I'm looking forward to it. Dude, let's move on to our last and final topic.
The release date?
Sometime this year. It's this year, so which is awesome. Whenever this year is, I'll wait for it. That's cool. There's so much stuff happening this year, in all realms of nerdism in my life. The shit that I care about anyway. There's a lot happening, so I'm pretty excited for this year. Not much happened last year, so I'm very excited for this year. So yeah, dude. With that, you want to jump on to our next topic? Yeah. All right, let's talk about our last and final topic. Yeah. So Lorand came up with this idea of let's chat about Space Marines. Let's chat about the Firstborn, then let's chat about the Primaris Marines, and then the Gravis Marines. So Lorand, you want to kick it off?
Well, yeah. I mean, the reason I even thought this was a good idea, because I mean, there's been a lot of pardon.
No, I remember why you decided to want to talk about this. So yeah, go on.
So there is because I mean we saw videos on it, people were discovering it, and also a lot of people were like, oh, Gravis 100%. Like, why would you do anything? And then we had an argument, but then other people say the other thing. So we when the first book, the rules dropped, and the rules finally came out for the new codex, we tried on TTS and we were experimenting, and people made Gravis armors. So, I mean, again, this is limited information on my part. I think I used them once, but I just want to discuss what's the three of them now, right? Because there's three kind of core armies, right? The Firstborn, which is the old Marines, but they have 2 wounds now. Then you have the Intercessors, and then the Gravis. And that's how it'll be interesting to see what both of us think are good and bad. For each type, right? So, for example, let me start if that's okay. I'll start with Firstborn. So, Firstborn, in my opinion, are as the original Marines. I would even say let's look at it as individually. As, for example, for Black Templar, they also have the Crusader squads, right? So they're cheaper a little bit. It's basically a tactical squad, but they're cheaper, and you can also attach the acolytes onto them, right? So they have the initiates and then some neophytes, which are like the training. Sorry, they're kind of like the squires because of night form. So yeah, there's that. So anyways, and then there's the tactical Marines, and then for you have the Grey Hunters, and I guess you would also have the
Blood Claws.
What are the other guys? Blood Claws, right?
Yeah.
So those are the Firstborn. I still would put everything into one category, and so I'm going to tell you what I think their strengths are, which I think is just their toys. That's it.
Yeah, it is.
And by that I mean, you could give them plasma guns. You can assign them draw pods, which is amazing, and you can assign them, what are they called? And rhinos and razorbacks, right? And they're the ones that I think only ones right now that can go also into land raiders still. That's kind of the thing. So when we were talking about originally, I mean, I think most people will agree on that. If you're not planning on doing something with those models, I don't think they're worth it. If you're just going to have guys on the foot, I think just stat wise, the other options are still better. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with you. If I'm going to take a troop on foot, I would definitely rather take an Intercessor than a Firstborn, or like a Primaris, or a Gravis over a Firstborn. I do like the idea of them being able to go in land raiders. I mean, I still have all my Firstborn. Now I have a ton of Primaris, but like Firstborns are so much. You know what? First off, we gotta say, it really depends on the Marine army you're gonna play. Like, I'm talking solely on Space Wolf basis. I can do more with my Space Wolves,
it's what your experience with,
than I can do with than what I can do with their Primaris line. There's way more customization with Firstborn, be it Terminators or whatever blood claws, gray hunters, like they can do a lot more and be kitted out way better than any Primaris or Gravis. Gravis and
More
Primaris are
optional.
very
Yeah.
set in stone.
Static.
Yeah, very boring. Honestly, they're pretty boring. But with that, it also gives the game a little bit more simplicity. It's another topic, but it's just
it is another topic that
I mean, I think overall I like all of them together. I like having a little bit of each. There's no way I would probably go all Firstborn or all Primaris or all Gravis, especially again with the Space Wolves. I need some of the units that are Firstborn, and I love some of the units that are Gravis and Primaris. But
well, then what do you? Okay, so what would you think that the advantages for you, at least for Space Wolf player? Like, do you see? I guess that's the thing too with Intercessors. Now you have Intercessors and Assault Intercessors. You should probably put them both in the same category. So okay, so let's put that there. What do you like the Intercessors more than, for example, Gravis? Because let's just stick to the positive negative, right? So let's do it that way. So, for your opinion, what do you think the positives and the negatives are for Intercessors? And I'll tell you mine as an Imperial Fist player.
The positives, I'll start with the negatives because I honestly have more negatives than positives.
Really?
I think
for both Assault Intercessors and regular Intercessors.
Yeah. You can't put them in you can only put them in two types of transport, right? Impulsors, repulsors.
Yeah, the Primaris transports.
The Primaris, you can't put them in drop pods. You can't put them in rhinos, land raiders. You can't put them anywhere. So they're literally starting on foot mostly. Every game they're starting on foot. They're slugging up the board. To me, I can't. That's not the strategy that I like. I need to rush as fast as I can, and I need to get in there. Especially with the way I play. ABC, always be charging. So I can't just stand on foot all game. I don't like playing that way. So that's a con. For pros, for Intercessors, they have 2 attacks base. I'd say that's probably the only pro.
Really?
They're the exact same stat line as a Firstborn. Exact same. Minus
the 2
with 1 extra attack. But you know what? Like a Grey Hunter has bolter, bolt gun, and a chainsword. So they're the same exact stat line.
They actually kept them? You can actually add. Really? Okay.
Yeah, you could give Grey Hunters really chainswords. Yep. So why not just take a Grey Hunter Firstborn squad, put them in a drop pod, and send them down a little bit closer? Like there's a lot more. Again, it really depends on your Imperial Fists.
Well,
like what's the benefit? What do you prefer? Like talk about Imperial Fists.
So I will tell you, because I think we talked about earlier. So I'm Intercessor all the way, and I'll tell you why.
100% I would be too with Imperial Fist.
And so the Intercessor, the big thing too, even to your point. Sorry to trash this, but
no, go.
The big thing too. Don't forget is that the Assault Intercessors are 2 attacks start, but they also get
3 attacks base.
3 attacks in the charge. And I think you forgot 1.
No, 3 attacks base.
3 attacks.
4 attacks
with the chainswords on the charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
4
on
you also
the
forgot
charge.
1 very important thing.
Hold on. Don't tell me.
Huge for you specifically.
Are you talking to? Okay. What is it? What am I forgetting?
It's the stratagem to fight again. Only Assault Intercessors get that.
Oh
now.
Yeah, you know what? Like, okay, but I'm comparing pros and cons of. I guess I mean if you consider the fight again.
See this.
I forgot about that. Shit.
This is the thing. This is the thing that's weird about the new 40K is you have to kind of the stratagems are part of your list now. It's weird because even I did the same thing. I was kind of like thinking about it, and that was going to be my thing. I'm like, oh, I could. Assault Intercessor stratagem is really good. The only one I don't remember right now is there's also the rapid fire stratagem, which makes your Intercessors shoot again. But I think that's only regular Intercessors. That being said, before we get there, those are 2 reasons also that are really good. Also, you also get the stratagems. This is what makes it better than the regular Firstborn. Is the minute you don't take those toys, like if you don't care about having the special weapons, which Imperial Fists don't. So I'm looking for durability, and I'm looking as much efficiency in my bolters. Bolters for Intercessors are better in every way, right? in every way they're better, right? The better rapid fire range, so better range, better AP, right? That's all I really need as a Imperial Fist player. And they still have the ability to take a combat weapon, so even in close combat, they're not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the assault intercessors too. I mean, for other armies I played, they're nasty. Like they hit like an elite version of a regular firstborn, right? With 4 attacks each.
In close combat,
Yes, in close combat, and their pistols are really good too. The pistols are 18 inches AP1.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, that's kind of like the way I look at it. Right. And again, for me, it's easy. I think it's easier for a player like me where it's like, what's your ability? Well, I shoot a lot and I love bolters because the more bolters I have, the more chance to get more hits. Well, that makes it kind of obvious that intercessor are going to be more preferable over your regular firstborn, even though firstborn can take heavy bolters, which is also a reason I would take. But anyway, so that's my pros and cons. Con wise, it goes back to, I agree with you 100%, right? It's, if you're doing a mix and you want to use those like transports, for example, drop pods, not being able to put them into it. I get why they're doing it. I get it, but it kind of makes them weird. It's almost like an army within an army, but that's the one reason I wouldn't do it. I guess the last question for you and I, because this is where, sorry, go on.
I was just going to mention it like a drop pod combo that I can't do.
Right.
I can't do with Primaris, right? You can't drop Vanguard.
Well, we can get into another thing now where really I think the big problem too with firstborn now is that all the elite sections kind of destroy the troop sections. So a tactical marine, depending on what you want to do with it, you pay I think around 2 points. So you make them the same point cost as a Primaris, and you just get crazy options, right? Like the Stern Guard, I think you and I talked about the Stern Guard are right now, in my opinion, the regular firstborn are the best assault unit for Marines. I might
Stern
be wrong.
Guard?
Maybe some.
You mean Vanguard?
Not Stern Guard. Sorry, Vanguard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So Vanguard. I think they're the best.
Like
they are for the. Again, you get a Primaris stat line almost with the ability, with none of the disadvantages of Primaris, right? And that being said, getting into transports, getting funky weapons, and they can be armed with
anything,
like lightning claws, or any melee weapon. And then you go the other way. You go the other way with Stern Guard, which are also the elite, but they're the special guns. They have a better bolter for 2 points. They get an extra attack for 2 points. They can all take combi weapons they're expensive, but they can do it.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know, like that's insane, right? Like Anyway, but then that's kind of different. And then the last one, because I don't want to take up too much time, because we can rant all on and on about the three.
And we
of
have
them, is the Gravis, right? Yeah. So that's the big thing, right? So for an extra, I think 8 points? I think it was, right? It's 20 points for Intercessor, 8 points for extra. It's 28 points for a Gravis. So you get a better gun, you get a stronger gun. So
which Gravis are you talking about? Oh, Heavy Intercessor.
Yeah, I'm only talking about the heavy. I'm talking about the troop choices of the 3 Marines types.
Okay.
So the new Heavy Intercessor Gravis armor unit, right? Better for an extra 8 points. You get an extra wound, so you get 3 wounds, which is insane. Extra toughness, which is insane, right? This is what most people I think jump on, is the toughness. And then they have a gun that's more powerful. I think if you look at stat wise, it's +1 strength, +6 inch range. I'm looking at the regular basic one. All the other ones are kind of the same, right? Different variants of it. Like you still have your sniper one, which is again way longer range. I think it's 42 inches range, strength 5, still 2 damage, and still AP2. They didn't improve on that.
So dumb,
right? But that extra, but then we talked about the extra just wounding on 3+ instead of 4+ is really good. Again,
you convinced me yesterday or 2 days ago with the Heavy Intercessors, like, because regarding the Stalker bolt rifle. I honestly, I don't know if I would, because I do exactly what you say to do with Heavy Intercessors with the Stalkers. I stand back and I just fire when Heavy Intercessors do it better.
You're talking about because my argument,
the Executioner bolt rifles.
Yes. Yeah. So because we had an argument about what's better, and I said the one thing I can see where I wouldn't think about it is I would always pay the extra 50 points to get the better stock rifles.
Yes. Yeah.
So because was it executive? rifles or whatever
Executioner.
Executioner. Mainly because, like you said, right, just those weapons need to be accurate, and every dice roll you want to make sure that you get the wound.
Yeah,
3+ to wound regular infantry. Always, almost.
Also,
right?
you like let's look at it this way: you're putting points into models that are supposed to do one thing. Regarding intercessors with stalker bolt rifles, they're supposed to take down infantry. That's what they do. They take down infantry with armor. So why not just invest a little bit more into a unit that can 100% do that job instead of risking and like maybe rapid firing? Because I rapid fired the stalker bolt rifles on you a couple times.
Oh yeah, so you shoot twice.
Yeah, shot twice. I'm like, well, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I probably, heavy intercessors can do the job better, and I'm saving on CP. Sure, it costs more, but you get a lot with the extra cost. You get a ton extra stuff with 50 points, 450 points, and it's worth it.
Well, that's the thing, right? And sorry. So that's the two boats we're in. Is that I'm saying that the Gravis is good, but in situations, and I don't think it's an auto take. But I don't know. I think the time we'll see.
I think it depends what you want to do with the Gravis. I mean, if you're talking aggressors as well, then.
Well, no, but no, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm only talking about, because those are the three. That's the big conversation right now. People are saying is like, why would you ever take regular intercessor as troops if you had the option of Gravis?
Of heavy intercessors.
Yes,
yeah.
Right?
I mean,
that's
you can't equip them with sergeant weapons.
That's the biggest one. Yeah, and they're a little bit slower, and they don't have.
And they're slower. They're a lot.
And they don't have those stratagems.
And they don't have it.
The rapid fire I have to look up. Actually, I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the rapid fire either.
I don't remember if.
But you know what? Even if they can't use rapid fire, you know what? Like, you still get a lot for those extra points.
50, but don't. This is the argument I always brought up. Right? But don't forget, you're paying 50. But you're paying 50 points extra.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing about movement, right, is again, it's one of those things where it doesn't seem like a lot, but don't forget, right, is that you move twice, you're moving 2 inches less, and and the whole point of the game is to take objectives.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're using stalker bolt rifles, you kind of just want to place yourself in a spot and just in the back and just kind of just fire the rest of the game. And if that's what you're going to do with heavy intercessors with the executioner bolt rifles, then those extra 1 inch, 2 inches doesn't mean anything if you're just going to do the same thing.
Yeah, if you're just going to step back and
you're just going to stand back. Then
and I think that's where most people are going to land on it, is where it's a good defensive unit. It's a good unit to like kind of stand back in your line and just sit back and get points. But
so Lorand showed me a list the other day.
Because you want to talk about that.
This is actually, I think this is why we decided to talk about it. So Lorand made a list, all Gravis. Nothing else but Gravis Space Marines, and he has 4 units of 5 heavy intercessors, 2 with executioner bolt rifles, and the other one with normal auto bolt rifles.
So I have
heavy bolt.
Yeah, rifles. So I have 2 of the just rapid fire versions, the regular rifles, and then I have 1 of the assault versions because I want to get variety, and 1 of the heavy stalkers.
Now he like that list, and then he has what else did you put in that list? Did you put any two units of eradicators? Like
it's all toughness 5 and more. Yeah, it's all toughness 5 and more. So it's all Gravis and up. So
once his army gets into close combat, though, it will fall apart. He doesn't have that much special, like he doesn't have many thunder hammers or power fists that can actually bounce back any enemy attackers or anything. So me being a space wolf would suffer trying to get to him, but once we get to him, like it always happens, once I get to Imperial Fist, they kind of just fall down. Actually, no, that's not right. That's not true either.
Not my last list. My last list.
Because your last list had some Blade Guard, had a little bit of everything, had some good stuff in there.
And everybody has a punchy fist now. So
everyone has a punchy fist, but this Gravis list has no punchy fists in it. So
no, because you can't give the Gravis. Yeah.
But you know what? If you could just, I mean, the game's not all about shooting your opponents, but if you could just shoot your opponents to death and then take the objectives after, then go for it. But so I'm not looking forward to playing this list, but I am looking forward to seeing.
I'm not. I
just want to know how beefy. Like, I want to see how beefy Gravis actually are, especially just 4 units of heavy intercessors, because you're not the only one that is taking 4 units of heavy intercessors. Like, that's a lot of beef to get through. That's 60 wounds.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. No, that's the thing. It is a lot, right?
That's a
it's
lot
huge.
of wounds. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, it's one of those things where we have to see it. I don't like. My argument usually comes down to, I think time will show what happens, because it might be broken, like it might be. Yeah. But that being said, like, if when we talk about it, where I'm taking a lot of plasma, the big huge dreadnought plasma cannons.
Yeah.
And is my camera absolutely destroyed?
You're not moving. Looks like you're looking at your monitor.
No, my phone died.
Oh, okay. So well, I still hear you, so you can. Okay. We do have a visual of Lorand, so maybe I'll just put up a funny picture of Lorand.
You could do that. Yeah, I don't know. My phone. I guess it wasn't even draining fast enough.
Right.
But yeah, sorry, I don't know what I was talking about now. Oh yeah, Graphs. I think it's going to be the interesting part. Is it's going to be annoying for a person to come with a traditional Marine army and then get hit with. Oh wait, sorry, I just realized I could do something here.
And then get hit with what?
And then get hit with play an army that's all toughness 5 and more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen many times in tournament scenes, man.
Yeah.
The heavy intercessors are gonna. I think they're gonna change the meta for a little bit until we could actually start playing and experience how good or bad they are. Then I think they're gonna somewhat change the meta. Like, I don't want to say I'm considering taking them, but you know what? Like, I might want to get a unit just to hold the fort. Nothing's wrong with holding the fort. But yeah, I don't know. They're not a unit I want to take, but I feel it's a unit that I might have to take to be competitive. And that's what I hate. Being competitive and fun are two totally different things.
Why? But that's the thing I'm kind of blown away by. Not blown away by, but like kind of like questioning is like, why do you think that you need that, like, for your army that unit does not do anything?
No, not for my army.
Right? Like, you're gonna.
I don't know what they can do. I don't know what they can do for my army. I mean, because like I guess
that will be the.
Normally, I take intercessors with stalker bolt rifles. Maybe I shouldn't be taking them, period. Mm-hmm. But I like what they can do. I like their anti-infantry, anti-elite infantry capabilities. I just want heavy intercessors can do that job.
High damage.
Higher damage, yeah. Better AP. But you know what?
I guess. Well, here's your question then, right? Because here's the thing. So that's a good point. But here's my point now. What's better, taking 2 units of 5, or taking 3 units of 5? Because you can take 2 units of 5 heavy intercessors, which cost with heavy weapon upgrade will cost you 300 points, right? Or you can take 3 units of 5, which is stalkers, right? A free chainsword, because you don't need to give them anything else, for 300 points. What will be better? Because this I think is the big question, right? Is the 50% increase in cost worth the extra toughness and wounds? I think there's situations you're absolutely right, they are. But I guess the question we'll have to answer when we get back into playing is it worth the large scale and the large amount? Maybe.
You know what? You mentioned that strat that they have too, that they get +1 armor for AP -1 weapons.
Yeah.
Right. And what AP is many, if not most of the weapons in Warhammer right now? AP -1.
Oh no! It's not 1. Sorry, it's 1 damage weapons.
Oh, against 1 damage weapons.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So, well, you know what?
So small arms fire, like regular bullet, which is good, right? Because I mean, even it potentially nullifies all damage. Not nullifies it, but it makes it harder for like those like peppering of them, right? Because if guardsmen throwing 100 dice at you, you're like, okay, I'll pay 1 point and my guy's 2+ armor save, right? Mm-hmm. So I can see that being useful too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think 2+ armor save, I'd say that's pretty good. You know, especially if they're in cover, they're gonna get the 1+ armor save. So a 2+.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. Man, salamanders, man. Oh man, salamanders are gonna be.
Why?
Because they have their warlord trait. They ignore AP1.
AP -1. Damn.
Oh,
damn. Oh, Mike, if you're listening.
Well, it's one of those things where I thought about it. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal, right? It isn't.
Yeah.
But the problem
It's
is
a big deal.
you think about it, it's because that means your bolters that you're trying to pepper them down is already wounding on 5/6. And then on top of that extra little bonus that you have is they're also nullifying that. So you're wounding, like my regular bolters are going to be, even like, think about it, even heavy bolters.
Heavy bolters do nothing. Like you can just turn on.
He basically just sits in cover and he's literally has a 2+ armor save.
2+ armor save.
1 means nothing.
Yeah. So, as long as he activates that strat.
I ignore the armor. Anyway,
but yeah, you know what? You know what? Even without the strat, they're still sitting at a 2+ armor save and cover. That's dumb. That's really good. So,
we'll see. I don't know. So, what's your final thing? You're saying that they're better, or?
I mean, it's hard to say until we actually start playing. But I mean, like,
I'll make a prediction right now. I still think regular intercessors are the best way to go.
Yeah,
I think they're the best. They're
Auspex Tactics put it right. He did it the right way. I love the way he does his calculations, and he did say he breaks down in points, and to a point, yeah, intercessors will do more damage than heavy, but it really depends what you want to do with that unit and what the rest of your army can do. Brian from Tabletop Tactics the other day said when you're building a list, you have to make sure that every unit can benefit from a strat or something. Like, don't put a unit in there.
Brian would not like the way I build lists.
Why?
Because I don't build lists at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't either.
Well, no, but I also don't win. Like, I mean, it's kind of.
Yeah, I guess that's why he is tournament champion over and over and over again, and we don't champ at all. Well, I guess you champ, but I don't champ.
No, I don't, dude. Last time, remember I told you my famous thing. Last time I played my Imperial Fist in a tournament, I came dead last, lost every single game.
Was that with your 2 Redemptors and?
No, that was a weird list. It was one I don't think I even had a lot of. It was kind of like a mishmash.
Okay.
I had Terminators, I had everything. I had like a weird stuff. I think I was still using if I'm not mistaken, still had the Predator stratagem. I might be remembering it wrong. Anyway, but I got destroyed, so I'm not. It's whatever.
You know what? Just to answer your question, I think I'm still gonna say I like Firstborn more.
Really? Okay. Well,
for what I mean. Can Primaris take a ride on a Thunderwolf? I don't think so. That's a Firstborn problem.
But yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I think I like Firstborn just because of what they can. Their customization, and like I was saying with Diablo, I like the idea of customization. Like I love the idea that you can do it, and you can't do it with Primaris. But I will give it to Primaris that they have, in my opinion, I think they have awesome models. I love the model kits. They're super fun to paint. They're hella fun to paint. Way easier than a Firstborn.
Well, the new sculpts are
the new sculpts are awesome, and I love the way they look. When I'm looking at a Firstborn next to a Primaris, I'm like, there's no way I would want to buy a Firstborn versus a Primaris. Primaris just look way more badass.
Well, because I think the Primaris or the Marines, that when you put them on the table against other armies, you're like, yeah, that's what a Marine would look like, or tower over everything.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, there's still aspects of the Firstborn I still like more. Like, I like the grill helmets a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's the weird thing. The Firstborn still look a little more gritty. Like, grit is still coming out of them, while the newer ones look a little more sci-fi, which is fine. Like I said,
True.
As much as I'm here saying all these things, I have literally bought a brand new Imperial Fist army, all Primaris, because the addiction's real.
Oh my god, man, it is, dude. You know what? I have so many Primaris that I don't know if I'll ever use. I don't think I'm ever going to use 2 units of Stalker bolt rifles, and I have 2 units of them now. I have 2 units of auto bolt rifles, which I'll probably use, but 2 units of Stalkers I don't think I'll ever use. So I might hold off on painting one of those units. But like I'm trying to think of a more competitive list now, and like I don't think I'll ever use. I just have way too much shit. Like you, we both have way too many models for what we can do with it.
Well, because I think we say this before too. The biggest problem we have, well, I have it, so I don't want to speak. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Is where I think something will come out. Like, for example, perfect example, this heavy intercessor squad. So for me, the idea of an all Gravis armor army is cool. I like the list I built was more of like, this is the list I put down on the table. Claudio freaks the hell out. I don't know if it's gonna win or not. I just like the implication of it.
You like the idea of me losing before the game starts. That's where you'll get me the
site
worst.
Game. The site game. What game was that? Where literally I just shit talked you until like I'm like, you're winning and I think you ended up winning the game too.
No,
but
you know what?
Like on.
I think one of the recent games we played was I'm like, Lorand, you're not gonna deep strike back there, right? You're not gonna deep strike back there. You're like, no. You're like, you're not actually. You didn't say no. You wouldn't tell me. And I'm like, no, there's no way he's gonna deep strike back there. I think I'm good. So I start moving my force, and he deep strikes behind me, and the game was over the second he deep striked. When he did that,
exposed, man.
I was exposed.
And
I'm like, there's no way he's gonna do that, and then he did it, and then it literally won him the game. From that point on, it was an uphill struggle, and I got my ass beat. It was still a good game, but I got my ass beat. Yeah. So, firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, they're all good.
Well, and that's the thing about that's the thing that's kind of weird about. I feel strange about all these talks we have now is that we haven't played in like a bunch of years now. Like, it's not years, but okay. So last
we haven't played since November.
We actually played in November. I thought it was
November 15th was the last day we played.
Yes, because the lockdown got reinitiated, right? So then I'm like, I don't want to risk it. Because I know that we played before that end of August when the lockdown was lifted. Because I remember playing end of August, beginning of September. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we played like every 3 or 4 weeks during the summer. We played,
months.
Like you came over at least 4 or 5 times.
Probably, yeah.
You came over.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, man. Well, we should wrap up the podcast here. We've been going for another hour and a half, and I thought again,
we're actually rushing it this time.
We're actually rushing.
We babble too much. Maybe.
Again, guys, we could talk about all these topics for hours and hours, and we probably will after off camera, but. All right, Lorand, I think we're going to end the podcast here. We've been going for about an hour and a half. So they keep getting longer and longer.
So much for the shorter one.
Yeah, every week they get longer and longer. So, dude, thanks again for coming out on the drop. And where can the good people out there find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all at Low Orbit Gaming. That's it.
Low Orbit Gaming.
Low
Twitch,
Orbit Gaming.
Instagram.
That's LO Orbit Gaming.
There you go.
It's my new
I'll
company.
put your tag out there somewhere.
Nice.
And me, you can find me on Instagram at Claudio_Paola and on Twitter at Claudio Paola Art. And again, thanks to everyone that listened. This is a long one. We went deeper into we talked about a lot more different things this time. So
this is supposed to be the short one, remember? We're gonna make it short this time.
Yeah, we're gonna stay on track. There's gonna be the short one.
Christ.
Just pound through all these main topics, and then I start talking about random things.
We both do. It's fine.
So again, everyone, thanks again for watching. If you do want to support the podcast, you can like this video, comment, and share this awesome video with all your friends and nerd friends alike. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and you can catch us on the next drop.